Hi everyone, so today I thought I would take you through our baby boy's bedroom and kind of the things that we've picked up for him so far. So it's kind of like a work in progress, his bedroom, like it's still kind of coming together and there's a few little bits to finish off, like adding in shelves and pictures and just giving it a bit more personality. Yeah, I just thought I'd give you like a starting of how it's looking. Like we only started doing his room a couple of weeks ago, so it's come together quite nicely so far. And then I thought I'd take you through like what we've bought him so far and like our logic behind some of the decisions that we've made and like the things that we've picked. So yeah, so far we've bought him quite a bit, like we've been quite organised so far. I'm obviously like 7 months pregnant at the moment. So yeah, we're pretty much there with what we need to get in. There's a few last minute bits that I need to pick up, like a Moses basket stand, and I want to get a grow egg, and he needs like some cot bedding, but that can wait until he's ready to go into his cot. And then I want to pick him up like a few of the little like clothing bits, but I'm going to do the clothing in a separate video. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we needed to get him. Can't remember. But the only things that won't be in this video today are like his feeding things. So we've already picked out his bottles, so we decided to go for Avent bottles. So I've got Avent bottles, Avent sterilizer, and then I've also picked up the Tommy Tippy Perfect Prep machine. Like I'm not sure how that's going to go, like I've kind of heard very mixed reviews about the Tommy Tippy Perfect Prep, but I really want to try it and see how we get on with that, because I think at night times it's going to be a real lifesaver, and I've heard a few mums say that it's pretty much changed their nighttime life. So yeah, I picked up the Tommy Tippy Perfect Prep. That's so hard to say fast. And then the other thing that's not going to be in this video is the pushchair. So we decided to go for the Bugaboo Chameleon pushchair. We decided to go for it in a gender neutral colour of grey with the quilted inside. But that won't be in this video because it's at my mum's house, because obviously it's quite a big box to have lying around and she's got more space than I do, and she helped buy it, so it got delivered there. So yeah, we decided to go for the Bugaboo Chameleon. I'll probably do a separate video as well about like the Bugaboo Chameleon and whether it was worth it to buy a more expensive pushchair, because obviously it is quite an expensive pushchair. It's like one of the top of the range ones, but because I live in town, I just decided that I really wanted to get a decent pushchair, because Rich will have the car all day, so I will only have the pushchair. So it's something that was going to work really well. And after watching a video on Dina Tokyo's website or YouTube, she said that she ended up buying like a really shitty, cheap pushchair and then ended up buying like a mid-range pushchair, and overall spent the same amount as buying a good pushchair, so she might as well have just bought the pushchair that she wanted in the first place. So that was kind of my logic when buying a pushchair, that I just wanted to get the best, like the one that I wanted basically, and not worry too much about it. But I'll do a separate video about the pushchair once it's assembled and I'm using it and whether it's kind of good and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, I'll start taking you through. I'll start with a quick overview of the room. So this is like Ben's little bed. The room's full of crap at the moment just because it's still being decorated and finished. Like I need to put the blind up and stuff. So yeah, this is Ben's little bed. So Ben is Rich's little boy, who is 4, who will be sharing with his little brother to be. And then yeah, it's quite like a reasonable size room. I've just painted the floorboards white. I just need to finish this little area over here because it needs a like different paint on it, but I'm quite nervous about white floorboards being in a boy's room, what with them having like cars and toys and stuff, but we'll see how that gets on. And then this is the wallpaper that we decided to go for. So this is from a company called Jane Clayton, and the wallpaper is by another company called Sanderson, and it's called the 2x2 wallpaper. So it's just got like animals all over it and stuff. I decided to go for this wallpaper because when I picked out the cot and wardrobe range, the wallpaper was in the background of the Mothercare photo, but only they used a blue one, but I decided that I liked the beige colour just because it was a bit more neutral and I just thought it suited this room better. But I just found that by googling Safari wallpaper, and then Jane Clayton was like the website that it came up with, and it was an offer, so it was like £32 a roll, which initially I thought was quite expensive. But after talking to my stepdad, who did all the decorating, he said that that wasn't actually that bad, and it's quite average, but it is a really nice quality wallpaper. And then for the walls, I just went into B&Q and colour matched the walls, like with the machine thing against the wallpaper. Like it's not 100% perfect, but it's quite a good match, and I think it looks quite nice. So for his bedroom range, we decided on the Mothercare Solna range. So we decided, well, we got them both when they were half price. Well, my mother-in-law bought them for us. But yeah, they keep going on like on and off offer. So if they're not on offer at the moment, it's probably worth holding out for a little bit, because they do keep taking like 20% off and stuff like that. So I think the cot was about £150. I think it came to like just over £300 for the cot and the wardrobe, which looks like this. So yeah, the cot must have been about 150. I just really liked that it was like a little bit cleaner looking, and it had like rounded edges, and I just thought it looked a bit different. But it's a cot and a cot bed, so obviously he's gonna get like a fair bit of use out of it, because the like mattress thing drops down when he gets a bit older and the side comes off. So yeah, he should get a fair bit of use out of it, and it's a really nice quality. The main kind of thing that I was really happy with is I read a couple of reviews on the website, and had heard that like cots were a real ball ache to put up, but actually the cot and the wardrobe were both pretty simple. Like we both managed to do it in a couple of hours, and we're both terrible with flat pack furniture, so yeah, it can't have been that bad. And then yeah, just bought like a cot bed mattress. My mum bought that for us last week actually. The cot bed mattress is quite expensive. We decided to go for one of the mid-range ones from Mothercare, which is, I think it's like Airflow Pocket or something. Yeah, we decided to go for a mid-range one from Mothercare, just because obviously because it's a cot bed, he's going to get use out of it. Okay, so this is his Moses basket, which is, I'm going to put it down whilst I talk and then I'll show it to you. Yeah, so his Moses basket is from Mamas and Papas. I was being really difficult with the Moses basket. Like initially, before I was pregnant, I had decided that I wanted the Chico next to me. Yeah, that's what it's called, Chico next to me, like co-sleeping thing. And then kind of me and Rich were in two minds as to whether like it was a good idea or not. He wasn't that sold on it, but he's kind of understood it a bit better now. We decided to go for a Moses basket because obviously the Chico next to me isn't portable, and I wanted something that I would be able to take downstairs, and we also wanted something that like the dogs would like, it would give space away from the dogs basically, because they sleep in our room, so we just wanted something that was separate away from it. But now, as it turns out, they don't sleep in our room because we started to put them downstairs. But yeah, so I wanted to get a Moses basket because it was just more portable to be able to like move from room to room, or if we went to a friend's house or my mum's house, then we could take it with us. But yeah, so when we decided to go Moses basket, I wasn't really that interested in what it looked like or anything, like I wasn't that bothered. So we went to Mothercare, and Rich was like trying to get me like more inspired, but I was like, oh, it's just, they all look the same. And then it wasn't until I came across this one, which I think I found it, there's a Facebook group called Mums to Be, and it just posts products, and I think I found it through that. So yeah, I came across this Mamas and Papas one, and it's from a range called Million Boris, but I just thought it was really, really sweet, just the way it's got like the little star, and it's just got a bit more detail to it, and it's got like the stars on the inside, which I don't know if you can see. And it comes with a mattress and like this little quilty thing. And yeah, I just thought it was like a really, really nice Moses basket. The only thing is it is like a little bit more expensive, so it was £90, it doesn't come with a stand. But once I weighed up like a plain Moses basket and then like a mattress and stuff, it came to like £60–70 anyway, so I thought I'd just rather spend like an extra little bit of money and get one that I thought was really, really nice. So yeah, just really happy with that generally. But yeah, it's quite sweet to look at. Is this little play mat. There's quite a nice story behind this. So I'd already kind of decided that I really liked this play mat. I just thought it like looked the nicest, and it just seemed quite cozy with the bear, and like it has like his arms are like walls, so it just is more like of a cozy area, I guess, for babies to be in. So yeah, I really liked this when I first started like going into Mothercare, and I found out I was pregnant, and like before I was picking up things, but just getting like a feel for stuff. But yeah, this one we did buy for his, there's a hair in there and it's mine, but I don't know how it's got in there. Yeah, so we decided that we liked this one, and we did initially buy it for one of his Christmas presents, because during November I've started picking up like a few little Christmas bits for when he's like a little bit older. but I actually don't know whether maybe he needs it from straight away. Like, I'm not really sure when you give a baby a play mat, like when is the right time. But the nice thing about this is that this was in mother care clearance because they're changing the packaging. So it was half price, it's £25 down from 50. But they're not changing the product, they're just changing the packaging. So that was like a really nice little treat. Like, I love it when things like that happen. But I'm not 100% sure if they're still doing it because that was a couple of weeks ago. Like 3 weeks ago, so I'll have a look on the website. If they are, I'll leave a link in the description bar, but I'll leave a link to the newer one if they're not. Get on the ground to show you this one because it's way too heavy to lift. So this is the baby bouncer that we decided to go for. It's called the Baby Move Swoon Up. I decided to go for this like before I was even pregnant, after reading a review about it. I'm going to stand up to talk to you about this one though, because it's not easy crouching down when there's a big bump in front of you. So yeah, we decided to go for the Baby Move Swoon Up as a bouncer as opposed to just a normal bouncer. I saw it on Ruth Crilly's like mummy blog. So obviously Ruth Crilly does a model recommends, the whole YouTube channel and a blog. And then when she got pregnant, she started her mummy blog, which is called The Uphill. And when I decided that like I wanted to get pregnant, I started reading like more mum blogs and stuff like that, and came across the Baby Move Swoon Up on her blog after she recommended it, because I think she's got a dog and a cat, so quite similar reasons to us as to why it would appeal. She obviously wanted to give her baby like some space, so the Baby Move Swoon Up's kind of unique selling point is that it is like multiple height and stuff, so you can like raise it or have it floor, like, well, just above floor height basically. So yeah, I think it raises to like sofa height or table height or something like that. So if you've got animals and you kind of want to give the baby some space away from them, they're not going to be like in his face at floor height, like licking him, unless obviously you've got like a St Bernard, then there's not much you can do about that. And then like I took it to Rich and said, what do you think of it? He kind of needed a bit more selling because it's quite expensive. But he really liked the idea that it was more social. So obviously when the baby's first out and they can't go in a high chair just yet, if you're having your tea or if you're sat on the sofa, well, you'd probably put the baby on the sofa, but if you were sat eating dinner at the dining table, then baby can be like the same height as you are. Yeah, so it's a bit more social for them, like they're starting to interact with you more. And then I quite liked it that it's not at floor height, so obviously in older houses and some houses like the floor can be quite drafty, so he's not going to be part of that. He's going to be like more raised. It's, yeah, you can be sofa height. And I thought also if you'd had a C-section, then maybe, I don't know how that works, but maybe it puts less strain on your stomach than having to get on the floor and pick him up. Okay, so we'll just go through his wardrobe, which is part of, again, the Mother Care Solna range, same as the cot. What I really like about this, but I didn't know it did it until we bought it, is that it's push open. So it's quite handy because like Ben, which is 3-year-old, but he's going to be 4 really soon, hasn't quite sussed how to get into it, which means the baby's not going to quite suss how to get into it, so it's like less of a worry. Like if you leave them in their room, they're not going to be like in their wardrobe pulling things out or trying to climb up or whatever. I just thought it was quite smart. The only thing is like it shows up fingerprints quite easily, so you'll probably need a bit of wiping down. So inside his wardrobe, like I've just stuck a few packs of nappies just because I've bought them whenever I've seen them on offer in Tesco's. I've just bought like 6 packs of size ones, but that's probably all I'm going to buy now until he's here, just because I don't know how big he's going to be or how long he'll be in size ones for. Just swap sides. And then this is a blanket that my mum's friend made for us, which is really sweet. It's just like a little crocheted granny square blanket, which I don't actually think I want to use for the baby because it's so nice, but obviously I will. Yeah, so really like that, and it's a quite nice little keepsake, like having handmade blankets and stuff. And then in his wardrobe he's got his first grow bag. So this is 0 to 6 months and it's like the lighter tog one. It's got a little dash hand on it. This was on offer, I think. So I'll find out and link it down in the description bar if it is. Well, I'll link everything anyway, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was an offer. Like they've got quite a few offers on at the moment, like Boots I think have like a 1/3 off or something. I might have just picked that out of my head, but I'm pretty sure it's a 1/3 off. But yeah, Rich is quite into, like, quite a big believer of grow bags, just because like they're safer, like you don't have to worry about like I think it's SIDS, like cot incidents and stuff, because obviously the blanket's not going to ride up. Yeah, he just really believes in them. So this is his first one, and then I want to get him another one, probably in like the higher tog maybe, but I'm not sure. And then I also want to pick him up a Grow egg, which are like the thermometers by like the Grow company, because they are the colour of like, so if it's like perfect temperature it'd be orange. No, I think it'd be green. I don't know actually. But if it's too hot then it's going to be red. No, yeah, that is it. So if it's perfect temperature it's orange, if it's too cold it's blue, and if it's too hot then it's red, because it's just a bit more visual. So obviously like our monitor has the temperature on it, but I don't know if 18 degrees is too hot or too cold for a baby, like I'm not sure. So it's more visual and acts as quite a nice night light. So I need to pick one of those up at some point. And then picked up this blanket. This was our first kind of like purchase that we made when we found out that we were having a boy. So after our gender scan, we then went to TK Maxx anyway because we were passing. Yeah, so and then I saw this and just thought it was really sweet and quite nice for a little boy. And it just kind of felt like the right thing to do. Like I just found out I had a little boy, so I wanted to make something obviously like gender specific. So that was £15, but I'm really glad I picked it up, so I was going to leave it and like go back in a couple of days and see if they still had it, but obviously TK Maxx is a bit hit and miss and you never know if you're going to see it again, so I am glad that we picked that up. And then my mum picked up this swaddle blanket, so it's kind of like a easy swaddler, like it just makes it simpler for you to do it instead of having to worry about like folding the blanket and stuff. This is again from TK Maxx. I think this was either £10 or £15. But I just really like the idea of how convenient that is, just to like pop them in really quickly. You know, it's just a bit simpler than having to worry about swaddling a baby. But yeah, they had a few of these like the last time I went in, but they were like gender specific colours. Like this one's beige, obviously she bought this before she knew we were having a boy. I'm really excited to use that. And then on the bottom there's just some changing mat liners, like just the towely things that go on the bottom. And then this row are all of his clothes, so I've got his like hats, vests, flip sides again, sleep suits, and then just like miscellaneous clothes like dungarees and stuff. Most of his clothes are like bundles that I bought on eBay, but I'm going to do like a separate baby boy clothing wardrobe type video. But he has quite a lot, but I want to get hangers for it as well, just so I can like hang it up. And then I will take you through the bottom shelf, because obviously the tripod is not going to go down to this height. So for his, I'm going to have to get my knees. Ugh. For his baths, we bought this like bath seat by Angel Care. We were going to get just like a normal baby bath, but we saw this and just thought it was quite a smart idea. I just looked on the website like for these anyway. I was just on Amazon and they popped up, and they are on offer there at the moment, so I will link that down below. They're £15 at the moment, which is quite reasonable. But yeah, this is kind of more like Richard's decision than it was mine. Like he'd decided, like again, like in the initial stages of going to mother care and stuff, that he really liked the idea of this. But yeah, basically it's like easier to store, it's less bulky than having like an actual big bath. It kind of frees your hands up a little bit more because it's quite grippy, as opposed to a bath. And then this thing here, like the like it matches the temperature of the bath, so you're not like putting them on cold plastic. And I think they can use it like for a little bit longer like than a normal baby bath. Like when he's a toddler, he can sit in it and not be slipping around the bath. Like you don't have to get one of those bath mat things like that stop you from slipping. So yeah, that's exciting. And then he's just obviously got like a little top and tail bowl when he's newborn, and you're just giving him a quick wash. And then in the back there is this baby monitor, which is again like one of our really early like purchases that we bought. It's just a Tommy Tippy one. And then it's got like, so yeah, displays the temperature, gives that like a bit of a light. The thing that I really liked about this is that it has the baby mat thing, so you put it like in their bed and it like measures what they're doing basically. So like if they stopped breathing, then it would give you an alert and you would go and deal with that problem. Yeah, I kind of had decided like from quite early on that I did want a mat for the babies. cot, just because otherwise I'd be really stressed all the time and going to check, like putting a mirror under his nose to make sure he's still breathing. But we decided to get the Tommee Tippee one just because there were those features that we wanted, and it was like a really good price for like the same amount of features than other brands. Just his changing mat, not very exciting, but I thought it was quite sweet and boyish, and this was £15. But yeah, my mum kind of helped pick this because it's got the toweling thing, and she doesn't really like she just told me that it's horrible to put babies like at night on cold changing mats, so that's the logic behind that. Next purchase was this changing bag. I just saw this in there and just thought it was quite nice to look at. Like, I decided from quite early on that I didn't want one that was too fussy. With changing bags, they can be like a little bit mumsy sometimes, and I just didn't really want that. The things that drew me to this the most are on the inside. So it's got like this little section here, which is meant to be like a hygienic thing for dummies. I don't really know why it is any different, but I just thought it was quite a cool feature. It's got like a little portable changing mat, just so if you're out and about you can change them quite comfortably. It's got a bottle holder. You can't really see it on camera, but it's got one of these bottle holder things. Just because I heard like the difference, like when I was looking at changing bags and stuff, like a few people had said, oh, you can just use your handbag, but then other people had said that you cannot put a bottle in anything in your handbag, and once they decide to pop and leak, it's a bit of a nightmare. So I just thought that was quite handy. But the key feature for me was that it had these little hook things which hook onto there, and then it hooks onto your pushchair, just like, it's quite neat, and it stops the bag from like flapping around too much. Like, obviously if you put the handle over the handlebars, it flaps around. So that was kind of the key drawer for that for me, and I just liked that it was quite non-offensive and subtle. So that was £24.99 from TK Maxx. Yeah, £24.99. This is probably my favourite purchase, and it was, yeah, again, one of like our earlier purchases, and that is his car seat. So again, this is kind of Ruth Crilly's fault, because I had seen on her mummy blog that this is what they had. They've got it in black, and was initially like really drawn by like its appearance. It doesn't look that great at the moment, but I'll show you why it looks so cool in a minute. So yeah, I was initially drawn in by like how smart it looked, but then decided I didn't really want to justify like the extra money. Like, I think it's like £30 or £40 more expensive than like a decent car seat. So yeah, I decided it wasn't like worth the extra money just for its aesthetics, basically. But yeah, that's initially what drew me in. When I saw it in Mother Care, I really liked the orange and just thought it looked really cool. I'm just gonna try and pop the little hood up, which is kind of its main like thing that looks really smart. So yeah, so I saw that in Mother Care and just thought that it looked really, really nice. But yeah, decided not to like justify the money. So we started looking at like a maxi cozy car seat that was like really, really good, like up to standard and stuff, like would do everything it should. But then I came across a video for the Cybex car seat on why it is extra, basically. So, well, I'm out of breath. It's got like this lie flat thing, like I can't really demonstrate it. Let me just push that down and we'll try. It's got this lie flat thing, so it's like height extendable as they get bigger, so it kind of moves around with them. So when they're babies, like newborns, it goes like right down. Not really doing this much justice. But yeah, it goes right down or comes up like as they get bigger and stuff. But what that stops them doing is, you know, when a baby falls asleep in the car and obviously the head's droop forward, it's got like, it's more padded and like it supports their head when they fall asleep, so that they don't have like that droopy head thing. So for longer journeys and stuff, it's really handy, because I hate seeing like kids and babies have droopy, sleepy heads. And then this part here, I think it's got like shock absorbers and stuff. But then another really key like safety feature, if I can show it to you one-handed, is this part here, which pulls out. So I have to get a foot involved. So once you clip him into the car seat, like obviously he's clipped in from the bottom because we've got a nice fixed base, you pull this out so it's sturdy to the side of the car. So if you were to ever hit your car, like God forbid, basically it takes some of the impact out of it, so it stops him from moving around so much because it's being supported here. And then yeah, there is like another like shock absorber in there somewhere, but I can't actually remember where it is to tell you. But I'll link the video down below. So yeah, that was kind of like my first parental responsible decision. So not only does it look really smart in my opinion, it's actually just a lot safer than, it's got like these other safety features compared to other car seats. So I was quite proud of myself for being a grown up and making that decision. So yes, they do like another one where it's like properly lie flat, where like the legs come out and stuff. But again, that was like another £20 more expensive. And because I've bought like quite a nice pushchair, I didn't think that he would be like, I'd be using the car seat on the pushchair that much. Like just probably in like really quick examples. But I am going to buy the like, what are they called? Adapters, so that I can put the car seat on the pushchair. But yeah, I don't really see me doing that too often, just because I'd rather put them in as pushchair. Another Christmas purchase is this bumbo. So I picked this up just because I'd heard like literally every mum and her dog rave about how great a bumbo was when they're a bit older and they're sat up but still kind of need the support, like to help them play and interact and stuff. But yeah, it's actually gonna be a Christmas present, just because I know it's like first Christmas and there's a lot of opinions on what you should and shouldn't do, like whether you should get him stuff like or not, because he's going to be like 1 month old or just over 1 month, depending on whether he's on my due date or not. Yeah, so there's quite a few mixed opinions. Like my mum says they don't know what was going on, so there's no point in getting anything, but I just think for my personal satisfaction, I would like for him to have some Christmas presents. And I just thought it'd be easier to get him things that he can use when he's older, and I don't have to worry about picking them up as and when whilst I'm on maternity leave. So being quite organised, and I've bought. Okay, so that is everything that we've bought for baby so far. Like I said in the video, there's still a few little bits that we need to pick up, and I'm going shopping this weekend with my mum to Cribs Causeway, which is in Bristol, for anyone that doesn't know, to get some more baby stuff. Like I'm not really sure what we're getting, but she just has it in her head that she wants to go shopping, so that's what we're doing. So I'll probably do a few more like updated like baby bits like tagged onto this video, I guess, like, or I might do like, I don't know, we'll see how we get on. But yeah, I'll probably update you as I buy new things. And then yeah, I'm going to do a separate baby boy clothing haul, and yeah, and then I'll talk about like some of the key things that we've bought as well once the baby's here and I'm using it, to discuss like how good it is and whether we made the right decision and things like that. But I'm pretty sure we did, because we did quite a bit of research. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe.